life is complicated. We are reading all about it, no? The
Yeah.
So give me 1 second. 1 more second, sorry. My computer was spinning like crazy today, I don't know.
Hare Krishna. I'm
Hare
on the street, so
Okay.
I will
Okay.
cannot
Okay.
read, but I will be hearing.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for letting me know.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol. What is the... Maybe Varesha shows up and she can read for us, but I don't know. She's coming today. I can read also, but I'm not as awake as yesterday. All right, there we go. Can you see my screen? There, I see. Let's see if you can. 1 second. This is complicated sometimes. Because it uses the same link. That's not what I want. Here, that's what I want. All right, sorry about that. There, okay. Trying to figure it out. Share. Again, let me know if you can hear it.
Es blanco, pero es bonito.
Tienen 3 minutos más. Hari, Hari. Ya estamos aquí. Stop. We are here. 1 second, I will put the Bhagavatam. That was in the pandemic time, so we had a lot of people coming to the Bhakti Sadhana because everybody was stranded in their house, so everybody was happy to have a program. But now everybody's, can go to the temples and work, and so it's like they had it.
Yeah, I imagine it was about that time.
It was a lot of people came every day. It was like 20, 30 people coming, to the Bhakti Sadhana. It was fun. More fun, obviously, with more people come, but it's okay. We enjoy our reading here with Devesha. I'm very happy about it. So let me see. My computer today is not behaving. So I want to share the screen, but it doesn't let me. Give me 1 second here. Okay. We're in verse number 15. We've been reading really amazing verses. So I will put the link. Sorry, 1 second. I will put the link on the chat. So if you want to catch up, we didn't read so much yet. So you can read whatever we didn't read, because those verses are literally, one of them is better than the other one. We like to put it even on the wall. I was thinking yesterday to put it on the wall, to remind us. So really beautiful verses. Each of them we were reading, very inspirational. So, and they give you the core of what our philosophy is and why we're here, and who 5,000 years ago were worrying about us and our mental well-being and our satisfaction. And so this book is with that spirit, and also that we're reading about the fact that we have so many different scriptures that God gave us. So how do we discern which one is the essence? So this question was asked 5,000 years ago, and we are reading about it now. And yesterday we read about the holy name, how the holy name alone, even if you chant it unconsciously, can free you from the worst nightmare, you know, from the worst fears, you know. So really, like every verse is so juicy, so rich, so nectarian, you know. So I recommend you to catch up. It's only, we are in number 15 right now. I just put the link in the Zoom. I don't know if you have access. If you not, I put you in the group later, because I mean, it's nice to read it from the beginning and follow the flavor, you know, that this book has. Is very, very amazing. So anyway, don't worry if somebody's watching us on YouTube. I will put it on the link also on the video, the database where you can read along with us. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yat Pada Samriyaya Sutta Munaya Prashamaya Naham Sadhya Punanti Upasprista Swardunyu Apu Nuse Vayam. My Sanskrit is terrible. Anyways, a translation by Srila Prabhupada. Also, that those great sages who have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them, whereas the waters of Ganges can sanctify only after a prolonged use. For Srila Prabhupada. Pure devotees of the Lord are more powerful than the waters of the sacred river Ganges. One can derive a spiritual benefit out of prolonged use of the Ganges water, but one can be sanctified at once by the mercy of a pure devotee of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that any person, regardless of faith, a Shudra, woman, merchant, can take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, and by doing so can return to Godhead. To take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord means to take shelter of the pure devotees. The pure devotees whose only business is serving are honored by the names of Prabhupada or Vishnupad, which indicate which devotees, such devotees be representative of the lotus feet of the Lord. Anyone, therefore, who can take shelter of the lotus feet of a pure devotee by accepting the pure devotees as a spiritual master can be at once purified. Such devotees of the Lord are honored equally with the Lord because they are engaged in the most confidential service of the Lord, for they deliver out of the material world the fallen souls whom the Lord wants to return home back to Godhead. Such pure devotees are better known as Vice Lords, according to the revealed scriptures. The sincere disciples of a pure devotee consider the spiritual master equal to the Lord, but always consider himself to be humble servant of the Lord. This is the pure devotional path. Well, here this verse is emphasizing the importance of a pure devotee and the association of a pure devotee. And sometimes we misunderstand serving the pure devotee, but listening to the Srimad Bhagavatam is a service to the pure devotee. Because the pure devotee, Prabhupada, wrote this book, and we are serving by attentive hearing and listening about his explanation of how to get out of the material world, how to reach Krishna, how to love Krishna. So this is one way to serve the spiritual master. There's many ways. One is hearing, other one is chanting, repeating that to others, serving the lotus feet. There's many process of service, but in here it says, just that association, and by serving them, you get the benefit of going back to Godhead, which some of us, we don't even know if we want that. We don't even know what we want. We don't even are looking for that. It's like, what, back to where? I just give me a nice house, a nice boyfriend or husband or whatever, a nice, give me that and I will be satisfied. Back to Godhead is like, a little far away. I don't know if you want to do that. So we don't even know what we are missing, you know. But if you are in association of pure devotees, Prabhupada disciples, disciples of Prabhupada disciples, many now pure devotees in our movement, you realize very quickly a different level of living, a different experience. You experience the world different in their presence. And so, and we're in the material world still, we have, you know, wars and weather problems and, you know, mental problems and health problems and so on and so forth. But in their association, you perceive a different reality, a different mood, a different flavor of living. And we still in the material world, so what to speak, what is the realm of the spiritual world? You know, we have glimpses through them, you know. So we are, that's all right, we are covered. We don't see much, but these books, this association, the Prabhupada Mercy, and many other devotees around the world help us to awaken a little bit, even if it's like, you know, when you're asleep, it's like, oh, I want to wake up, you know, and then you open your eyes, see the sun is up, it's like, oh, and then you fall asleep again, open again, and, you know, maybe the moon is up now, you know, but you open the eyes a little bit and you see glimpses, the things, something is happening out there, you know. So this is like that in this process that we are in, and we are all in the same process. If you know, we will be back to Krishna, you know. So here Prabhupada explains, and not only Prabhupada, this is the sages 5,000 years ago talking to Sutta Goswami, who's going to speak to them. And Sutta Goswami was a great sage who was in the conversation of when the Bhagavatam was first spoken. He was there present, and now he's in front of thousands of sages trying to do something good for the society in general. So they are glorifying him. So Sutta Goswami is being glorified here. So say, "Oh Sutta, those great sages who have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them." Where is the Ganges? So basically, in the previous verse, and now they are glorifying him because they want him to speak. And they want to understand that they're going to be very attentive listening to him because they understand who he is. It's not like he asks you a question and then, like I say, ask you the name of your baby there, and then I do something else and I don't pay any attention, so I don't know. So it's not like that, you know. So they're asking a question. I say, look, we know who you are. We know your glories. We know we're going to get purified just by listening to you. So they are giving all the statements for which they're not only want to hear from him, but they understand who he is and they're very ready for it. So all of this is a preamble. For them, they're going to ask questions to him, and they're very essential questions. They're questions for us today. And so the Bhagavatam starts with this, a little bit of this part of the Sutta Goswami, the sages and Naimisharanya asking Sutta to speak, and now they're glorifying him. So this is part of the glorification they're doing. But Prabhupada connected to our life now today and say, hey, we are the same. We need the same kind of sages, the same saint devotees to help us to go back to Krishna. And we need to take it with the same respect and, you know, and same reverence that they have in here. I will read one more. I will skip the Sanskrit for everybody's benefit because I can't read it very well. Who is there desiring deliverance from the vice of the age of quarrel, who is not willing to hear the virtuous glories of the Lord? Okay, this is the question exactly I was saying before, you know, it's like, who will not want that, you know? They can't even imagine that somebody will not want to hear this, you know? We are like, what? We need to hear what? What do we need to do? When? Why? You know, here today, who will not want it? This is you know, we live short, we're always in quarrel, we're disturbed, you know, we have so many things, and this is the way out. Who will not want to hear that, you know? So they're like puzzled, you know, they're like, say, I mean, please speak to us, because who will not want to hear about this, you know? There is no doubt that we are all eager to hear what you have to say, and they wonder who else, I mean, who will not want it, you know? Like, you know, so like that, you know. So we see sometimes when the spiritual masters come, a charity or other ones come to give a talk, normally the people show up more when they come to speak, you know. And so it's like that, you know, who will not want to hear that, you know, who want to be in their presence. So So this question is a rhetoric question because it's like, it's obvious that people want to hear, you know. So Prabhupada will explain a little bit about it. The age of Kali is the most condemned age due to its quarrelsome features. And we all know that. We all fight or have fights, or people are fighting. As a fight is like everywhere. In the news, in the family, and the friends, and in the whatever. So it's very easy to understand that part. The age of Kali is the most condemned age due to its quarrelsome features. Kali Yuga is so saturated with vicious habits that there is great fight at the slightest misunderstanding. Those who are engaged in the pure devotional service of the Lord, who are without any desire of self-aggrandizement, and who are free from the effect of fruitive actions and dry philosophical speculation, are capable of getting out of the entanglement of this complicated age. The leaders of the people are very much anxious to live in peace and friendship, but they have no information of the simple method of hearing the glories of the Lord. On the contrary, such leaders are opposed to the propagations of the glories of the Lord. In other words, the foolish leaders want to completely deny the existence of the Lord. In the name of secular state, such leaders are enacting vicious plans every year, but the innumerable intricacies of the material nature of the Lord, all these plans for progress have been constantly frustrated. They have no eyes to see that their attempts at peace and friendship are failing, but there is a hint to get over the hurdle. If we want actual peace, we must open the road to understanding of the Supreme Krishna and glorify him for his virtual activities as they are depicted in this pageant of Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is very timely because we are in war. I mean, the war started some time ago and the war is expanding, and now more, I mean, some people say the World War III already started. I don't know if that's true or not, but there is a problem. But when Prabhupada was there was the Second War, and there was the invasion of India. And so he was with Gandhi and trying to, defend. And then his spiritual master say, today is this war, and maybe you can be helped to stop it. But will be another war because we are in the age of Kali. Worry, vicious leaders will always be there. And so better to focus on, spreading Krishna consciousness. We will ultimately liberate you in this life, go back to God. You don't have to rebirth again for future generations where the planet will be worse even, And so Prabhupada did that. And thanks to Prabhupada, now focus on war and focus on spreading Krishna consciousness. We are here benefiting from chanting, from reading, from listening, and that war stopped. And now we have another war, exactly like his master used to say. So basically, sometimes we get entangled in the material world, and I'm one of them, trying to solve the problems of the world. We say like, it can be with the idols. We cannot be with it without doing anything. We should be part of the solution, not part of the problem, and so on and so forth. But the problem is we are trying to solve problems that are not solvable without Krishna. They are not solvable without Krishna. And so we already have experience. This is, like I said, this is written 5,000 years ago. Prabhupada wrote this, 50 years ago. And, the circumstances of the world changed, but, they didn't change that much. We're in a different predicament. Maybe we have a Tesla now, a car that can drive by himself, but the same people, misery is there. I was listening now, China towns are falling down, like the whole buildings are collapsing to the ground because they're extracting so much water from the bottom of the ground. They awaken the soil, and then they're building on top of that heavy buildings to accommodate so many people, and also opulence, material opulence, and now the whole thing is collapsing. Why is collapsing? Because it's not in the basis of purity and understanding, glorifying God. It's really based on the vicious cycles of trying to enjoy this world and exploit as much as possible. Let's exploit it. We are the controllers. And then Dubai another one who's like made up basically land with beaches and this and resorts and the mountain. Now they got a big flood, everything is inundated, and so they think they're Lord over the world, but the world always show them, yeah, you can think you can be Lord over, but not really happening. So anyway, we are fortunate enough to have Prabhupada focus on this for our benefit. And Prabhupada is no longer with us, but his work is still with us. And so similarly, we can think about what we can do, even though at a tiny, mini, sleepy stage, to help others to also benefit from this. The only thing we can do really to help people in the long run, So anyway, I'm going to stop here. I don't know if anybody wants to ask a question or have comments. The Vaishyas on the street, and Belly, I don't know if you have any questions or comments, or no, you're okay?
No, not really.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. The Vaishya, comments?
I'm okay. Thank you.
Okay.
It's so nice.
Okay, we're going to offer our respectful obeisances to all the devotee Vaishnavas of the Lord. They are like a desire trees, able to fulfill everyone's desire, and they're full of compassion for all the conditioned souls. Vancha kalpataruvescha kripa sindhu vyavacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo namo namaha.